Well, I've had my 45-minute break on Cullumpton Services. By the Christ, 35 quid to park on here overnight. That's not happening. Jesus Christ almighty. They know how to fucking rip you off, these places. It's not happening. I'm out of here. I've just done a drop in Bristol and 2 in Cornwall.
At roundabout, take first exit to M5.
She's always butting in there. Yeah, I've just come up from Falmouth now. It's a bleeding long way. You don't think about it, but it is. And I've only just hit the M5 proper, so... I've got an hour and 41 now to go find somewhere to park. Where it won't sink.
Exit to M5.
First time I've been on here. It's quite nice actually, but it's just... I'm not paying 35 quid. Screw that. Well, this is an interesting roundabout. I bet there's been nobody here all day until I decided to try and get out of this bleeding Services. They've all been waiting around the corner. Are you coming right round? Oh, thanks for indicating not. They're all at it. Well, if you're coming round here, you'll have to bleed him wait. And he's not. Serves you right for not indicating. No, he were going in Services as well. What's wrong with it? All you'd have to do is push that little wand and a little light flashes on corner and it tells everybody what you're going to do. Like now, I've indicating right. It's bleeding obvious where I'm going, but it is nice to let them know, you know. Having a rant as per usual. Bloody hell, it's blowing a gale out there now. It weren't so bad earlier on. All I've got to do now is keep going. I'm still 200 and odd mile the wrong side of the yard, so that's going to go down well. Not a bloody lot you can do. I was going to try and get as far as Tewkesbury, but that's not happening neither. Plus, I'm not keen on parking there because I can't get a telly picture. And it's not safe. It's only an industrial estate, but you're liable to get sliced and diced. So, I shall just keep going. You're going to get ripped off no matter where you park these days, so... It's just law of averages, I think. I'll try and get past this Mr. Westfields of Cornwall. Without cutting him up, but you know, what can you do? I've got to make it somewhere. Oh, that's not good. M5 shut 2nd of October. That's today. I've got to get past all these motorway closures, else I will be in the crap. Hopefully the other side of Bristol should be alright, but we'll see. If it isn't, it isn't. It's piss all I can do. It's blowing a proper gale out there now. Crap, you know. Don't hog the Miggle Lane. So they keep telling me. On that sign up there. It's alright putting it on in English. What happens if you're from some other country and you can't read English? Or you just don't give a monkeys, like most of them. Oh god. Yes, I'm heading in a northerly direction, my favourite direction, due to the fact that our yard is up that way on. Hopefully get some juice on the way up and see what happens tomorrow. It's only Thursday tomorrow, so hopefully I'll get a full week in this week. Must have gone a bit quiet last week because I got sent home Thursday afternoon. Not complaining in any way, shape or form. I enjoyed having a bit of a longer, actually having a bit of a weekend. Because normally I finish Friday and I'm back in Sunday, so I got Friday and Saturday off. Friday I went and got my car washed and did a few errands. I'd wash it myself, but I get run over outside my house, there's no room. So it went in, got a good scrubbing. I got it out Saturday because I had to go and move my caravan for a couple of hours while they cut the edges. And I shut my driver's door and the bleeding glass fell out. So I spent the rest of Saturday, what bit were left, hunting around for a new mirror glass. Rocking horse crap springs to mind. Couldn't get one anywhere. So it's either a scrapyard or I'll have to order a specialist bit from Volvo, which I'll get my arse kicked if I do that. But I might wind up getting my arse kicked anyway with it, so I've got to have that mirror. Can't drive without mirrors. Don't know how people do it. You see some of them driving down motorway with the side mirrors shut in. How the bleeding hell do you drive like that? How do you overtake anything? You don't know what's just off the... Oh, it's just madness. It was murder for me, you know, looking over your shoulder and fucking breaking your neck and all that crap. It's not safe. So if I have to order one and it takes a couple of weeks, I'm sorry missus, but I'm going to pinch your vanity mirror, dear other half, and stick it on the, well actually I won't pinch hers, I'll just go and buy a cheap bloody mirror and stick it on. It'll have to do, as long as I can see where I've been as well as where I'm coming against. I should be sorted. That's my only cunning plan I've got. I'll teach me for getting my car washed. Must have been in shock. Scraped all the crap off and it got cold. Yeah. Talking crap again, but no worries. All that remains now is to get past Bristol. And it's 5:15. So we can see how that's going to pan out. It's going to be chock-a-block round there. And I'm 54 mile away from it, so it's going to be bang on the rushing hour. We'll see how we go. I'm looking at the sky up there, it's chucking it down. No change there then, that should keep the tea leaves in the house. Or in somebody else's house and not be bothering me in the night. But we'll see. Where I'm going to park is hit and miss. You either get left alone and have a peaceful night, or you get robbed senseless. Well, they'll be much miffed if they look at my trailer because there's rock all in it. And actually they're going to need a hell of a long pipe to get the diesel out as well, because there's piss all in that. I've got to fill up on the way up. I've got my fingers crossed now whether I'm going to make Birmingham or not. So we'll see how we go, playing Russian roulette with the diesel gauge. Just had a cheese and onion sandwich for me, I don't know, it was for me dinner. I've had rock all since this morning. No wonder I've got this cat-like physique. Not good for you, I suppose, doing it on a regular basis like I do, but I've not had much chance to do anything today apart from go, go, go. I mean, I've had my legal breaks and that, but it's not much fun sitting in a lay-by, rocking from side to side. That's just me without the traffic. Yeah, trying to drink a pint of tea and chucking it down your neck, over your nose, in your bleeding... Oh, God. I had that many miles to cover today. I just had to keep pushing and pushing. And I'm still pushing. And if I don't get some diesel, I will be pushing. If it stays like this, straight through, I'll be happy. I'm trying to knock them miles down for tomorrow, because no doubt in a bit I'm going to get some silly bloody phone call. How far will you get? What time can you be back? We're on trackers, by the way, so they know exactly how far I can get and what time I can be back. They know it all, it's all on the screen, but they still ask you them silly bleeding questions. Where are you? What? Mine is not to reason why. Mine is to shove the pedal near the door and try not to kill myself or any other bugger knocking about. No. We shall see. Yes, it's definitely looking a bit moody, that sky up there. It's not been right good all day, to be honest. Luckily I've not been honked on. Most of my jobs was because I've got a pallet truck. I backdoor tipped them all, apart from one in Plymouth. And luckily it wasn't raining. And luckily I got in without ripping out off the wagon, because you have to back it up an hill round a corner and looking in somebody's pocket. It's just ridiculous with the cars parked everywhere and that. And these 6-wheel units do not like terrain like that. You tend to rip your mudguards off, like I seem to be doing quite a lot these days. They go back on again. Look, luckily they was already mashed when I got this, so otherwise I'd be undrawn and quartered. Whoever else did it the first, I don't know, but they don't work here anymore. Nothing to do with ripping the mudguards off, they just don't work here anymore. Aye. Everything's nice and green like you'd expect, because it's been watered for at least 3 or 4 days non-stop. Went past Ross on Wye the other day. Them poor buggers must be underwater now. Frightening when that river goes. Oh God. Went past once and it had took a load of caravans out, a lot, everything. You could just see the roofs on the caravans. Jeez, oh, that must have cost a fortune. I wonder if they was insured for water like that. Knowing these insurance companies, the usual bullshit get out clause. You're not covered for acts of God. Yeah, right. I'm having a proper Wednesday whinging. It's Whinging Wednesday. I've had nobody to whinge to proper all day. I'll whinge to you lot instead. Just gotta keep going, yeah. 35 quid to park on Cullompton Services. Bleeding hell. I made that mistake a few weeks ago. Well, last month. Run as far as I could to a lay-by. I got there, it was chock-a-block. I had 15 minutes left to drive and I wound up parking on Red Lion. £31 to park on there, and I've got to pay that out of my bleeding own pocket, because these are tight bleeders. They won't pay you parking unless you kiss arse or whatever they're doing, because some of them are saying they're getting paid. But not me. 31 quid. And I had to pay an extra 3 quid on top if I wanted a burger and chips. Give them the due, the burger and chips was, blimey, they were gorgeous. Probably because I've not ate a beef burger for donkey's yonks. Well, there you go. And the chips were spot on as well. Not them oven chips, like when you bite in and there's bugger all inside. These was proper chips. So I can't fault the food. The parking was a bit shady. They just cram you in. It's like a bloody Rubik's Cube. And if you go in quite late on, because you've got there quite late on, in my case, I was like the roundabout in the middle of the yard, everybody bleeding driving round me. At least I didn't block anybody in. Which does happen in there from time to time, I should imagine, the way they cram them in. But apart from that, it was alright. Could have gone on the piss for 31 quid, bleeding hell. Yeah, it's all wrong. So now I try not to push it too far. Leave myself with time, a get out clause. Screw these lot. Get as far as you can. Piss off. You're not paying. I'm parking where I want. That is easier said than done, trust me. I've been parked up and I've had the phone call. Can you not get a little bit further? 20 miles closer to the yard. Oh, that's better. Get a bleeding grip. Well, that's what you get when you work for a load of control freaks. Then they put the phone down, jump in the car, go home and sleep in the nice warm bed. I'm using that as my excuse, which is a load of bollocks because I've got a choice. I don't have to do this job. Well, I do have to do this job, otherwise I'll be out on my arse, but I don't have to be a tramper. I don't have to live in a truck. I can go and get a day job. I never did that. I'd be madder than I am now because I just wouldn't be able to cope. Plus, I'd probably wind up with something sharp sticking out of my neck if I went home every night because the missus would not be an happy bunny. There'd probably be a remote control because I get that at weekends. I'll be glad when you've gone to work watching this crap on telly. Yep. I want to watch EastEnders, Coronation Street, Home and Away, Love Island. What else the other shit is there on? Oh, Emmerdale, Gordon Bennett. I'm better off at bloody work out the road. Whinging Wednesday it is, so don't be disappointed. Another 60 miles to go to my ropiest parking spot in the world. If it stays this clear, I'll romp it. Ish. Luckily there's quite a lot of laybys if the first one's full where I'm going. This is an emergency, this is not where I'll park any other time. I've done it once before in an emergency. And I spent all night playing bleeding watchdog. People creeping around you all night. Not good. You don't know what they're after. I know it won't be the load this time, so it's got to be my diesel. Like I say, you'll need a long pipe. Due to the fact I've got bog all in. So if somebody does pinch me juice tonight, I'll be proper screwed. I won't be able to go anywhere. I reckon I've got about 40 gallon left in there, if that. Which is not a lot when you're doing about 11 miles to the gallon. Which is what it goes right down to when it's blowing an oolie, and it is at the moment, and it's head on. So we'll see how we go. I'm going to open my trailer doors, lock my doors, put my lay-by locks on, shut the curtains, stick my telly on, pray I can get a telly signal, I will be crying, Because if I have to watch Bruce Willis kick somebody's ass for another night, I'll go fucking stir crazy. I need more DVDs, but you can't just walk in bloody Asda's these days because nobody sells them anymore. Am I such a fossil that I've outgrown DVDs as well? I don't know. Whinging Wednesday. Well, there's an awful lot of background noise on this microphone. Then again, I've got all my windows shut, and it's the wind, isn't it? There's nothing I can do about that. It's going to get a whole lot noisier in a bit when I open this window a little bit. I like to hear things dropping off the wagon instead of just seeing them in the mirror. Not that things drop off the wagon. Yet. I'm bloody surprised they haven't. This sensor thing I've got in the middle of my windscreen keeps falling off. Then again, I put a ton of super glue on it. I don't think any bugger's going to get that off anytime soon, so that should be alright. My air kit on my side has got a pissing zip tie holding that on. Well, it's not holding it on, it's just holding it in, because I don't know why. I went on holiday for 2 weeks and come back and it wasn't as it was when I left it. Same old story. I'm not blaming anybody else for it. Christ, I've caused plenty of damage myself, but at least I've got the bollocks to hold my hands up. But some of them don't. Wow, it's proper Whinging Wednesday. Let's open this window a bit and give you some wind noise as well, just to piss everybody off. Oh, don't go that way. I can see brake lights through the back of his cab. Do I pull out? Yes, I do, because there's a... Do I? No, I don't. That's the trouble. He's solo and he can just dive out of the road, and I want shit creep with the trailer on, so... I know I shouldn't get too close, but I'm hoping he's going to Bridgewater, to Argos, looking at that unit. Looks a bit like an Argos unit. I wouldn't fancy that window in back at cab. I bet that's cold in the bleak. Man, they don't really have nights out as far as I know. Plus, you park up and somebody wants to break in, they just take the rubber out the back window and bingo, they're in. And anything you've got left on the in your cab, it's gonski. I wonder if I open the other side, will it be as bad? It's just as bad if I open the near side. And what's this tit doing? You know, you could see me there, you know, you can't see this, but there's a car just coming on then behind me. It's not like you couldn't see us two steaming down here. And I was right up my jack, see? Come out now, come on now, bog off. I reckon it's either a BMW or an Audi. And I don't know my cars, so I'm not lying. It's not. What is it? My God, it's a Kia. Well, you don't normally get Kias being told tits. Never mind. I'll have to edit that bit out, won't I? A load of fog all over the place. Has he got a rear view mirror in that? Different. Why would you want to see your headboard when you're pulling double deck boxes or even single deck boxes? I can understand if it was a flatbed and you could clock your load and all that, but I don't know. Might make it easier to back up or something. Bugger it right now, I'm talking crap again. I'm spoiled with having this, the cameras and all the rest of it. I can blindside this on my cameras. Not to blow my own trumpet, but you know, on a good day. I'm just as screwed as everybody else in the dark. You can't see piss all then. But there you have it. You'll probably sleep better knowing that now, won't you? I've got to keep my foot on the floor, otherwise I'm not going to make this. So come on, sunshine, you're not pulling a trailer. Is that as quick as that'll go? Then again, they are a bit skittery, these units, when you've got no trailer on the back. This one is, with being a honking great V8, you put your foot down and it just spins up. Now if I try and overtake him, it'll probably take a mile and block the road up, but there's a wagon in front going a lot slower, so really I should have pulled out then, but that's what you get through talking and not doing. Oops, that's not good. I'm going on a 10-hour drive. Oh dearie me, that's what that bong was. Just had a 45-minute break in there, so we're clear. I'm going to have to pull out because I can't drive up his arse like this. Terrific. Cheers, buddy. I'll block them all for you while you pull out. So you can sit there and be a total tit again. I can obviously go quicker than you, bonehead. Sat there sniggering, are you, sunshine? If I tap that right hand back wheel there, mate, you'll be on your fucking head. Not that I would. Come on, Divvy, you're making me look bad here. You've got 2 miles to Bridgewater Services. So you've got 2 miles to get past this DX if you are an Argos. Looking at that trade plate you've got slapped on the back of there, I think you're just a bit of a clown. Come on, bonehead. I'm not usually as aggressive as that towards drivers, but I am in a rush. Do you know who I am? Come on, piss off, you cleared him. Get the fuck out of my face, you fucking ball bag. Right, now you're fucked, because if I get you in mid-draft, I'll drag you back. Oh, you're going flat out now, are you? You fucking tosser. See, this is what causes queues when they piss about. Oh, you've given it up, have you? Thank you. Knobhead. Nothing like whinging Wednesday and calling everybody every name under the sun. I'm not a nasty person, really. Well, we'll see if he's going to Argos with it. Oh, he's flashing me in now. Oh, you're being all nice now, you know you've had your arse handed to you. If he goes off there at that junction, which I suspect he will, he's an Argos. No, he hasn't. So, I don't know what the hell that was all about. He's just trying to get somewhere like everybody else. No good being a total tit. We're all just doing a job. coming up on Western Super Scare now, so we're not far now. $40 miles to Bristol. Get past all the traffic in Bristol will be a bloody miracle, but we'll give it a bash. Hopefully not bashing anything, just give it a go line. I would like to get there before it goes dark. Did I mention I'm scared of the dark? No, I get parts up. I hate the winter. Dark nights, dark mornings, you don't really see much daylight, although I work outside all the time. Because during the day you're working, unloading and all that kind of jazz. So you drive in the dark to get there, do all your drops and don't really take a lot of notice, and then drive to where you're parking up and it's dark again. And you can't go anywhere when you're parked up, even if you wanted to. Not that I want to. Leaving the wagon is a bit of a no-no. I have done it in the past, it all depends where you park. Or if you've got a big bag to put all your valuables in and take them with you. Wow, that was a nice motor going the other way, that old white, pearl white Scania. The old styly one and all. Well, not old, but the one before these. Coming up on the big Morrison's depot on the left hand side here, it's bleeding massive. I bet it's about 2 mile long, the Morrison's site. I might be exaggerating, but it's not far off, I'll bet. I'm just going to keep recording until this dies the death, because the battery's nearly had it and I want to recharge it. So if it goes off suddenly, you'll know what's happened, which is pretty much happens all the time. I think I might have my work cut out trying to pass this lad. My trailer's a lot higher than his and I've got a lot more drag, but we shall see. So far so good. I'm not keen on driving flat out all the time. It's you kind of stand out. I don't think I'm going to catch that lad there with all the flashing blue light. I would very much like to return to the near side lane now, but now he's gone. Check the mirrors, check the camera. Happy days. I don't like the looks of all them brake lights. This could end in tears, mainly mine. I hope I don't have to spend the night round Bristol. It's as ropey as crap in places round there. Turn the heaters on because it's getting a bit chilly. This could very well be my last filming in this vehicle, if the rumours are true. Apparently, I'm getting another one. Why is totally beyond me, but we'll see. Notice how I said another one. I don't think it will be a brand new one. Quite possibly, at the best, it could be a slightly used one. You never know. I've got my indicators on, but is anybody going to let me out here? Yep, thank you very much. You're a gent, and you're driving a Skoda. Them Skodas have come on, haven't they? Bloody hell. Some really nice ones. Remember when well, I don't know whether they first come out, but I had a test drive of one. You had to kind of sit a bit sideways because the pedals and the wheel arch inside was in the road. It was a strange buzzard, but it went alright. I think that one was a rear engine one as well. I can't remember what model it was, but they were alright. Oh, the half come on in the styling now, blimey. Like Volvos, I used to spot a Volvo a mile away. It was like a flying brick. I used to like them like that, dead square, weighed a ton, literally. I mean, I've got a Volvo now, but it's nothing like they used to be. The V70 as well, it's a bit sharper at the front and a bit more rounded off, stylish kind of thing. I mean, it's 20 odd year old, but you know. Who needs a new car when the one you've got's working perfectly fine? Thank you very much. For the moment. Western Superscar. 39 miles to go. That's a strange looking duck, isn't it there, that motorhome, blimey. God knows what country that's from. Really bad place to break down there, mate. Right on the end of the hard shoulder. Oh, God. There's nowhere good to break down, obviously, but I mean, there. I might be joining him on the hard shoulder if this diesel doesn't last. If I'm going to run out of diesel way before it happens, I'm off the motorway. I'm pretty sure you can get done for running out of juice. In a truck at least. If I have to drop the trailer and go in a garage and put some in myself, I'll do that before I'll run out. Don't like doing it, but you get your money back eventually. Takes a week or so. Hey, heck. Well, the bad weather's gone over to the right, so that's a relief. Hopefully I'm not going that way. I have a sneaky suspicion the motorway bends that way a bit. Now does it, buggery? What's over that way? I'd be in Amesbury if I went over there. Round near Stonehenge, I think. I'd have to go quite a way over there, like. If I went left right now, I'd be in the sea at Weston-super-Mare Seafront. I'm not super Mr. Know-it-all, I'm just looking at my sat-nav. It's got quite a big screen and I can see the see the towns on either side of the motorway, which is the M5 if you didn't know. Bloody hell, it's blustery out there. Splendid. Put your foot down, please put your foot down. Go. Now worse when they crawl on the motorway in front of you, completely oblivious to you hurtling at them at 56 miles an hour. It's alright saying just change lanes and go round them. When it happens, usually you've got cars all down one side of you that won't bugger off, so you've got nowhere to go. To me, not really a big problem because I can slow down and speed up just as quick, but if you had a load on, it would be very vexing. Check your distance. Yep, I'm still 35 miles away from my destination. And it won't be long before I hit the back of the queue. Or should I say, join the back of the queue. Keep apart 2 chevrons. If I stay 2 chevrons away from the car in front, it would be quite difficult because if you leave a big gap, every bug is in it. Which basically is my braking distance. That's why you see in a queue they always rock up the side of a truck, because they know there's always a gap in front. What they don't know is that's the braking distance, and if you stop in that, it's known as the killing zone. You're liable to get your fucking steering wheel around your ear hole. Ruin my day and possibly my life, because if I hurt somebody I don't think I could live with myself. Like me, I'm getting into a deep dark hole here, aren't I? Chill out. Are we still here? Are we still recording? Hello. Nothing strange about me. This is what happens when you're on your own, day in, day out, and you've got nobody to talk to. The original Billy No Mates. That's me. Am I bothered? Am I buggery? When everything's going well, like at the moment, I am happy as a pig in crap. Could have sworn I passed him earlier on. Maybe he's finished his lunch and he's decided to get on with it. No, don't be nasty. Stay positive. I know I've only just had a cheese and onion sandwich, but I can't wait to get me tea. It's the highlight of my day, that. Park up, shut everything down, get me tea on, get me telly on, put my feet up, chill out, then try and go to sleep, which is not easy after you've just ate your tea. You shouldn't really eat that late in the day, to be honest. I don't know what it does to you. Maybe it sends you barking. That's probably my excuse. I'll use that. But yeah, eat something, watch a bit of telly, drink a gallon of tea, go to sleep. Or try to go to sleep, depending on who's kicking about and what's happening. And then pretty much wake up every couple of hours at the least little noise and having a look out and see what it is. Talk about sleep deprivation. You can't help it. If you hear something outside, you've got to have a look to make sure now it's being nicked. Being honest, unless you go into a proper deep sleep, which does happen from time to time, and then you don't hear piss all and you wake up and all your diesel's gone, and then you get moaned at then because you didn't hear anything. Can't really win. "30 miles away from the camping spot? From the camping spot. This could all go terribly wrong. wind up parking in some really ropey lay-by around Bristol area. I'm racking my brains to think of any ropey areas around Bristol in the old lay-by department, because I don't normally park around Bristol if I can help it. Nothing wrong with Bristol, it's just I don't park there. Because I've not found anywhere yet. But we'll see. Seriously windy out there. Window closed. Looking at this bar on this microphone, it's still making a bit of a racket. I can't drive with the window shut, it's not me, so I'm sorry if there's any wind noise, but I'll have to put up with it. I have a wind deflector over me door, but when it gets like this, it's just not cutting it. So even if it's chucking it down, I can have my window open a little bit and it doesn't rain in. But you can't stop wind noise. When you're doing 56 miles an hour through the atmosphere, you're going to get a bit of a draft. So that's about as good as it gets. You can put the wind thing on the microphone, but it won't make any difference. That's just to stop the wind from blowing across the top of the mic. It won't stop the actual noise from somewhere else. I know, because I've tried it. And the strange looking electric piles over there to the right.